And welcome to Master Talker online class. Today we'll be talking about compound angles. Okay, there are some trigonometric ratios you need to know in this topic. Okay, we'll be writing them out. The first one you need to know is sine A plus B. Now, for sine, if you hear the word sine, which means the sign will remain the same, but for cos, the sign will not be the same. So the sine of A plus B is equal to sine A cos B. Okay, if it's plus, it will be plus, so the sign will remain the same, plus cos. Now I've used sine first, so the next I'll use now is cos A sine what? Sine B. Okay, so if it is minus, sine A minus B should be equal to what? Sine A cos what? B minus sine B cos A, or you say cos A cos, let me write it like that. So this one should be sine B first, sine B cos what? A. Okay, sine B cos A. So in sine, that is where you have sine and cos, but in cos you have sine cos. So what do I mean by that? Cos A plus B, okay, is equal to cos first. You must start from cos A cos B, then minus sine A sine B. Okay, if you look at this one now, here is plus, but if you expand it, it will not be minus. So if I have minus cos A minus B, it should be equal to what? Cos A cos B, okay, plus sine A sine B. Okay, so down for tan A plus B is equal to, it will start with the plus, then at the denominator you have the minus, so it will now be what? Tan A plus tan B all over 1 minus tan A tan B. Okay, so but if it is minus, tan A minus B is equal to what? Start with the minus, tan A minus tan B, okay, all over 1 plus tan A tan B. Okay, so you need to know this one. Then let's solve some calculations for you to know where to apply this particular formula. Example: they say find the sine, cosine and tangent of the following angles. The first angle they gave me is 75 degrees. The second one they gave me is 15 degrees. The third one is okay, the third one they gave me is 135, okay, degrees. So let us find this. It's very simple. We say solution without using calculator. Let's find this solution. They say we should find the sine. So sine 75. Now 75 is not a special angle, but I know that 75 is the same thing as saying 75. You will not think of two special angles you can combine. I hope you can still remember all the special angles. The special angles are 0, 30, 45, 60 and 90. These are the 5 special angles we have. So you see that if I can add these two, I am having 75. So which means that sine 75 is something as saying sine, you open bracket and say 30 plus what? 45. Are you getting it? So to get this thing, don't forget the formula say that it is equal to what? Sine the first one 30, then cos the second one 45, plus sine. You remember the sign does not change because it is sine. So the next one will now be what? Sine 45 now. then cos 30. So let's go. And don't forget all these special angles. How do you remember them? You remember them by saying 1 over 4, okay, sorry, 0 over 4, 1 over 4, 2 over 4, 3 over 4, 4 over 4. Okay, so you now have square root, square root, square root, square root, square root. Okay, so which means that that is for sine. Allow me to, that is for sine. Okay, for sine, I did that in my former video, so you can go and look at it. You can go and look at it. So sine 30 is 1 over 2, okay, times sine 45 is root 2 over 2, then plus sine 45 is same as cos 45, which is root 2 over 2, times cos 30 is root 3 over 2. So you can go and look at the video on special angles if you cannot remember them. So this is equal to what? Root 2 over 4 plus root 6 over 4. This time this is root 6. So LCM of this and this will be 4. So I'm having root 2 plus root 6. And that is the answer. Okay? So they cannot divide. You cannot say this one will divide this or this one divide, because this one is not in square root. They cannot divide. Okay? So that is that. So let us go for the cos. I can clean here. For the cos 75 is something as saying cos 30 plus 45. So let's do for cos, which is what? Cos 30 cos 45. You know the time must change. Minus sine 30 sine 45. As simple as that. So what do we have? Cos 30 is root 3 over 2 times root 2 over 2 minus 1 over 2 times root 2 over 2. So what do we have now? Root 6 over 2 minus root 2 over 2. So over 4, sorry, not over 2, over 4. So the LCM is 4. I'm having root 6 minus root 2. So that is the answer for this particular one. So let us go for the tangent. The tangent. So for the tangent, it says we should find tan 75, which we can write as what? Tan 30 plus 45. So what do we have? We are going to have tan 30 plus tan 45 divided by 1 minus tan 30 tan 45. So that is that, using our formula. Okay, so this is equal to tan 30 is root 3 over 3. Root 3 over 3 plus tan 45 is 1. So everything over 1 minus tan 30 root 3 over 3 times 1. So what do we have now? We are having root 3 over 3 plus 1 over 1 bracket, now divided by 1 minus anything times this is same thing, root 3 over 3. So what do we have? The LCM here is 3. I'm having root 3 plus 3 divided by 3 minus root 3. So if you change divide to times, you are having root 3 over 3. Okay, root 3 over 3. Sorry, you are having root 3 plus 3 over 3 times 3 over 3 minus root 3. So what do you have? 3 can cancel 3. So finally the answer, let me write it here. Finally the answer becomes root 3 plus 3 all over 3 minus root 3. You know that this can be written in this form. It can be written as, you can write 3 first. 3 plus root 3 all over 3 minus root 3. So that is that. Okay, and then you can rationalize to get the final answer. If you don't know rationalization method of sword, you can go to my video on sword to know that. Okay, because we don't normally leave sword at the denominator, but it depends on the answer in your option anyways. So the next one is 15. So sine 15 is the same thing as saying, what can give me 15 from the special angles? the same 45 and 30. The same 45 and 30, but it's now minus. So it's same as saying sine 45 minus 30, because 45 minus 30 will give me 15. So this is equal. Don't forget that sine means the sign will be the same. So it's going to be what? Sine 45 cos 30 minus sine 30 cos 45. Okay, so which is what? Sine 45 is root 2. Sine 45 is root 2 over 2. Root 2 over 2. I think I made mistake in the other one. Sorry. Sine 45 is same thing as cos 45, which is root 2 over 2. So if I made mistake, please correct me there. Times, this one is root 3 over 2. Minus, sine 30 is 1 over 2 times root 2 over 2. Okay? So the special angles will help you. Let me just do a little recall on that so that you will not get lost. If this is sine, this is cos, and this is tan, or special angle of 0, 30, 45, 60, and 90. It's very simple. Just say 1 over 4, 1 over 4, 0 over 4, 1 over 4, 2 over 4, 3 over 4, and 4 over 4. Then get their square root. The square root of everything here. Square root. Okay? So anything divided by 0 is 0 divided by anything is 0, and square root of 0 is 0. So which means sine 0 is 0. You see the way I've gotten this one. So the square root of 1 is 1. The square root of 4 is 2. So sine 30 is 1 over 2. You see how I got this one? The square root of 2 I don't know, but the square root of 4 is 2. So I will shorten the square root. So sine 45 is root 2 over 2. Same thing here, root 2 over 2. So root 3 I don't know, but root 4 is 2. So you shorten the square root to become root 3 over 2. Okay? Then finally, something divide itself is 1. And root 1 is 1. Okay? Then for cos, you start writing it from the back here. Cos 0 is 1. Cos 30 is this one, root 3 over 2. This one is the same thing, doesn't change, root 2 over 2. Then you now have the 1 over 2 here, and finally 0 here. So for tangent, you start dividing. This divided by this. 0 divided by a number is 0. When this divided by this, you have I think 1 over root 3. You can try it. Half divided by root 3 over 2, which is what? Half times 2 over root 3. So this cancels. I have 1 over root 3. And 1 over root 3 is the same thing as root 3 over 3. So when something divides itself, 1. So tan 45 is 1. So when this one divides this one, I'm having a root 3. You can try it. Now, 1 divided by 0. 0 in the denominator will give you undefined. You see how to get the special angles. So I taught that in my former video. So I just want to do a recap. So this time this will give you root 6 over 4 minus root 2 over 4. So I'm having root 6 minus root 2, everybody divided by 4. As simple as that. Okay? So you can try the cos and the tan of this one. You can try the cos and the tan of this one. So the next one I'm going to look at is sine 135. 135 is something as saying which of the special angles can give us 135. 60 and 45. 60 plus 45 will give you 510. Okay, 105. Is there anyone that can give us 135? Okay, let me use 105. Okay, 105. So 105 is 60 and 45, which is what? Sine 60 plus what? 45, which is what? Sine 60 cos 45. You know that in sine, the sign does not change. That is why it is sine. So if it is plus, I'll still use plus sine 45 cos 60. So you can get the answer, and then let's move on. Then if you, after getting the answer, get for the cos and the tangent of it. Okay? So that is that. So let us continue. Okay. So Look at another example. This example said if tan A minus B is equal to 1 over 5 and tan B is equal to 2, find tan A. Okay, it's very simple. You tell them that solution. You tell them that what? That tan A minus B is equal to what? Tan A minus tan B all over 1 plus tan A tan B. Okay, now let us substitute everybody. They've given me this one as 1 over 5. So I'll say 1 over 5 is equal to, I'm looking for tan A minus, they've given me this one to be 2 all over 1 plus tan A times 2. So what do you have now? We can do cross multiply. If we cross multiply, I'm having 5 in bracket of tan A minus 2 is equal to 1 times anything is empty, so 1 plus 2 tan A. Okay, so let us clear the bracket. This time this 5 tan A minus 10 is equal to 1 plus 2 tan A. So collect like terms, you are going to have 5 tan A minus 2 tan A is equal to 1 plus 10. Okay, so this and this is giving me, this minus this is 3. So I'm having 3 tan A is equal to 11. So what do we have now? We are going to have that tan A is equal to what? 11 over 3. As simple as that. So the next thing we are going to look at is let's look at double angles. Let's look at double angles. What happens if the angle is not double angle? Now for double angles, it means that that you have that what am I saying? That A now is equal to B, and which is equal to theta. Okay, so if I have that sine A plus B is equal to sine A cos B plus sine B cos A. Now, if we say that A is equal to B and is equal to theta, so it means anywhere I see A and B, I will just put theta. It will now be what? Sine theta plus theta is equal to what? Sine theta cos theta plus sine theta cos theta. So what do we have now? This and this will give you sine 2 theta is equal to what? This and this are the same thing, which will give you what? 2 sine theta cos theta. Okay, 2 sine theta cos theta. So that is that. This formula is very, very important. This formula is very, very important. So let's check for the cos. I know that cos A plus B, okay, is equal to what? Cos A cos B. You know that the sign will change, minus sine A sine B. So we now say that A is equal to B, which is equal to theta. So anywhere you see A, put theta. Anywhere you see B, put theta. It will now be what? Cos theta plus theta is equal to what? Cos theta minus sine theta sine theta. Okay, so this is what? Cos 2 theta is equal to what? Cos square theta minus sine square theta. This is a very important formula. That cos square theta minus sine square theta is equal to what? Cos 2 theta. So let's do for tangent. Let's do for tangent. For tangent, I have that tan A plus B is equal to what? Tan A plus tan B all over 1 minus tan A tan B. So we say that theta is equal to A, which is equal to B. So anywhere we see A and B, we put theta. So now the tan theta plus theta is equal to tan theta plus tan theta all over 1 minus tan theta tan theta. So what do we have now? That tan 2 theta is equal to what? Tan theta plus tan theta will give you 2 tan theta. 2 tan theta all over 1 minus tan square theta. So this is another important formula you need to know. Okay, so we're going to solve problems on that so that you understand what we are talking about. Okay, so I can clean the board. So the question now says solve cos 2 theta plus sin theta is equal to 0, and for 0 is less than or equal to theta, which is less than or equal to 360 degrees. Okay, so now what do we mean solution? Now for you to solve this thing, you need all of them to be in one sign. If it is sine, to be in one trigonometric function. If it is cos, it should be cos everywhere. If it is sine, it should be sine everywhere. So they gave me cos 2 theta plus sine theta is equal to what? 0. Now, but we know the meaning of cos 2 theta. We know the meaning of cos 2 theta. Okay. Okay, we know the meaning of cos 2 theta. Cos 2 theta is equal to what? Cos square theta minus sine square theta. Okay, but there's a very important trigonometric function you need to know, that cos square theta plus sine square theta is equal to 1. You need to know this, please. This one is very important, very important. But if it is minus, it will not be cos 2 theta. Okay, so I don't want to have anything cos, so let me make cos subject from here. Cos square theta is equal to, this one will move here, 1 minus sine square theta. So I will not put it here. I know that cos 2 theta is equal, instead of putting cos square theta, I will now put 1 minus sine square theta, then with another minus sine square theta. So what do I have now? 1 minus 2 sine square theta. That is for the meaning of cos 2 theta. Okay, because I want everything to be in sine. Let me substitute in this equation 1. Let me substitute in this equation 1. I'll be having equation 1 says, instead of writing cos 2 theta, I will now write 1 minus 2 sine square theta, then plus sine theta is equal to 0. So what do you have? Let me collect like this. So now be 2 sine square theta. This one moving to the other side. This one moving to the other side to now be minus sine theta. This one moving to now be what? Minus 1 is equal to 0. So if you look at this is a quadratic equation, but I know you are not seeing it. Just tell them, let sine square theta be equal to y. So it will now be what? 2y squared minus y minus 1 is equal to 0. So if you solve this, is it factorizable? Yes, it's factorizable. So it's going to be 2y squared minus 2y plus y minus 1 is 0. So I'm having 2y bracket y minus 1, y minus 1, and plus 1 is equal to 0. If you don't understand this method, go to my video on factorization method of quadratic equation. Okay, so this is y minus 1 and 2y plus 1 is equal to 0. So therefore y is equal to 1, or y is equal to minus 1 over 2. But we are not looking for y. They say we should find, okay, that we should solve this. Solve this means we should find the theta. Okay, so to find theta now will now be equal to, we'll tell them that they should recall that there is a place we said, stop that thing, that there is a place they said, sorry, let sine theta, not sine square theta, sorry, let sine theta be equal to 1. So sine theta is equal to y, okay? So sine theta is equal to 1, or sine theta is equal to minus 1 over 2. So therefore theta will now be what? Sine inverse of 1, or theta is equal to what? Sine inverse of minus 1 over 2. So therefore, my theta is equal to 330 degrees, 90 degrees, and 110 degrees. I know you don't understand how we got this. This one gave us 90. This one gave us 30. Okay, minus 30. So to change it now, they say that theta falls. Okay, let me just give you. This one will give us theta is equal to, this one is giving us 90. Okay, sine 90 is 1, yes, or theta is equal to minus 30 degrees. But they say that theta is from 0. Okay, theta is greater than 0 but less than 360. So this one will not be among. So theta is equal to 90 is among. Then how do you convert this one? It will now be theta is equal to minus 30 plus 180. So what do you have? Theta is equal to okay, plus 360, sorry. You add 360, not you add 360. So what do you have? 330 degrees. Okay? So any other theta, even this one self, theta is equal to 360 minus 90. So theta is equal to what? Is it 270? No, this is not among. Okay, so these are the answers: 90 and 330. So thank you very much for watching. In our next video, we continue solving.